Okay, so in this section for the linear function, I'm going to introduce you something called equation. So this one may sound confusing to some of you, but I'm just going to tell you that the equation of a linear function is like the name. It is like the name of a line. Okay, so it's just like, a person. Okay, so a person, okay, when we look at the name, it tells us something. So for example, this person is called Jane Tan. So we know that we are going to call her Jane, and Tan is a family name. Okay, so from the name, we can actually tell, okay, what can we address her as? What will be the family name? Okay, so it's the same thing. So any line will have a name as well, but we call it equation. So the equation of a line is like the name of a person. Okay, so a name will be able, when we look at a person name, we know this is how do you address her and what's the family name. So in the same way, when we talk about the equation of a line, we also can have some expectation. How will the line look like? Okay, so there are three types of name. There are three types of equation. Three types of name or three types of equation. So the first type is the one that is the main one that you will need to know. Okay, so we will name a line in this format, y equal to mx plus c. So this is how we will call the line. And the line, every line will have a different name. Okay, how are they different, right? The number here is a different. So this is a number that represent gradient. So this number will represent gradient. And what exactly is gradient? Gradient is like how steep a line is. Okay, so let's say the line is flying up. Okay, this line is also flying up. Okay, which one is steeper? Okay, steeper as in like you can imagine you need to climb the wall. So imagine this wall that you need to climb. Okay, so maybe this one is gradient 2. Okay, so imagine you're here. It's still climbable. Here, it will be very steep for you to climb. Can you see it's going to be very steep? So I'm expecting this gradient to be like maybe 3. So the number that represent gradient, right, give us an idea how steep will the line be. So the bigger the number, that means the line is going to be very, very steep. Okay, so this number can be a fraction, can be whole number, can be decimal. It can also be a negative number. Okay, if the line is negative, right, if this number is negative, my idea here is the line will go downwards. So if I got a line that go downwards, that means the gradient is going to be like negative. Okay, so it can go downward in a very steep manner as well. Okay, imagine you slide down. So this one will be a very steep slide. This one is a gentler slide. Okay, or like this. So this one is even more gentle. So you find that this one you can balance more. So this one, I'm expecting the gradient to be like -3. Maybe this one is just half grade, minus half. So the number that is standing beside x, right, tell us a lot of things. The number that is beside x is telling us whether the line will be flying up into the sky. If it's flying up into the sky, the number will be a positive number. If the number beside x is a negative number, that means it's downward sloping. It's like, a graph that's like going downwards. Okay, so this number that is beside x, it can tell us how will the line be? How steep will the line be? Okay, so this one is a very important thing, and later on we're going to learn how to calculate the gradient. How to calculate gradient of a line. Okay, then the next one will be the C. C is where it cuts the y-axis. So where exactly is the y-axis? So the y-axis is here. So the y-axis is on the vertical part. So this number will tell us where it cuts the y-axis. Okay, so of course this number can be positive or negative. Okay, I can show you a very simple idea. So for example, right, so there's this line. The name of the line is 2x plus 1. So the number beside x is a 2. The number beside x is a 2. That means I'm expecting that it will fly up. It will fly up. It will cut the y-axis at 1. So y-axis at 1 is here. So in my imagination, I think that this is a line that's going to fly through the number 1 here. It's going to fly and it will cut 1. It will fly up and it will cut 1. Okay, so it can help me to visualize the line. So that there will be two features that helps you to visualize the line. One will be the gradient, one will be the y-intercept, where it's going to cut the vertical line, the vertical y-axis. Okay, so maybe I can give you another example. So maybe I got another one that says y equal to minus 3x plus 2. So this minus 3 guy, this guy that's minus 3, right? I'm going to think that it's going to fly down. The line is flying down. And when it fly down, it is going to cut at 2. So where is the 2 here? 2 is here. So the line is going to fly down and cut at 2. So this line will be what I expect. Minus 3x plus 2. So in a way, the number beside x, right, tells you how will it be flying. Will it be flying up or will it be flying down? If it's a positive number beside x, then it will be flying up. If it's a negative number beside x, then it will be flying down. Okay, so it will always be something like 1y equal to something x plus c. So the structure of the name is a fixed format. It's like your name is a fixed format. So if your Chinese name, sometimes your Chinese name will be like 3 words. So it's a format. So it's like a name format. Okay, so like some of your friends, their name can be a different structure. So we can tell that they are actually from different country or they are from different race. So every race or every country, the name of a person will have a certain structure. So for the line, we have a specific structure. The specific structure is 1y equal to a number with x. This number with x is going to tell me whether the line is going to fly up or down. And then the last number will tell me where it cuts the y-axis. Okay, so this one is the most important line. Okay, so if I can see the number, I have an idea how the line will look like. Okay, the next one is a horizontal line. So a horizontal line is a line that's totally flat. It is a line that's totally flat. So the name will be like this. This is the name of a horizontal line. It will be y equal to something. So for example, this is 1. So this line is y equal to 1. If here, this is a 3. then this line will be y equal to 3. And maybe here is the -2. Then y is equal to -2 is a horizontal line. So if a line that's totally flat, then the name will be y equal to a number, depending on where is the number. Okay, so that is a totally flat line, which we call it a horizontal line. So when it is totally flat, is there any steepness or not? So actually, if you look at this line, right, it's so flat, so the gradient is 0. There is no steepness at all. It's totally flat, like not our ground. When we walk on flat ground, it's very easy. But if you walk on something that is steeper, you will find it's a lot more difficult. So gradient is the number that trace how steep will it be. Another kind of line will be vertical line. Vertical line are the line that are perfectly straight. So straight that it will be very difficult to climb. Imagine you're going to climb a flat wall. So this is a perfectly straight line. So straight. Can you imagine you got to climb? How are you going to climb a perfectly straight wall? Okay, so this is the kind of line that we're looking at. Perfectly straight line, vertical line. So for example, here this is a 5. The name will be x equal to 5. So even a perfectly vertical line also got a name. So like here, maybe it cuts at 1. If it cuts at 1, then the name will be x equal to 1. So maybe it cuts here. It cuts at -2. Then x is equal to -2. So for vertical line, the gradient is too steep already. It's too steep until we call it an undefined gradient. That means it will not be possible to calculate the gradient. Even your calculator also cannot calculate the gradient. So if later on, if you try calculating the gradient for a vertical line, your calculator will return you a math error because it's so steep until that it's not calculatable. Whereas a horizontal line is so flat until the gradient is 0. 0 gradient means 0 steepness. So there are 3 types of equation, which is like 3 types of name. So if it's the kind that is mx plus c, it gives us an idea of how are we going to fly. Are we going to flying up or are we going to be flying down? Okay, if it's a horizontal line, the name will be called y equal to a number. The number will depend on where it cuts the axis. For vertical line, it's perfectly straight. So the name will be x equal to a number. So the name will tell us how the line actually looks like. So from the name, it tells us a little bit how will the line look like. So you will have some expectation based on the name of a line. So provided you know what does the gradient represent, what does the C represent. Okay, so that will be the basic idea. And I'm going to show you an easy one from example 6. So from example 6, right, we need to guess the line. How does so this one is an equation. So x is equal to something. So I'm expecting this to be a vertical line. That means it's a perfectly straight line that cuts at 2. So I'm expecting this line to perfectly cut at 2. Y equal to 2 from the name, from this name, right, is suggesting to me that it's going to be a perfectly horizontal line. Totally that is flat. And you will be cutting at 2. So with the name of the line, you have some expectation or awareness in your head. So x equal to something. So I'm expecting a vertical line. So based on the name, I can guess the type of line. So it's a vertical line that cuts at -3. Okay, y equal to -1. Okay, my expectation will be a horizontal line, a line that is totally flat. So it will cut at -1. The name will be y equal to -1. Okay, so from the name, you can expect how the line look like. Similarly, if let's say you look at the line, you can also tell what will the name be. So in this case, this is a vertical line and it's cutting at 3. So I'm expecting the name to be x equal to 3. And this is a horizontal line. The horizontal line cuts at 1. So I'm expecting the name to be y equal to 1. Okay, so if I know how the line looks like, I also have an expectation. So this is a horizontal line, horizontal that cuts at -2. So I'm expecting the name to be y equal to -2. And this one is a vertical line. So vertical line that cuts at -4. I'm expecting that it will be a x equal to -4. So here is a vertical line that cuts at 4. So I will also be able to guess the name. So by the look of the line, we can also guess the name. So here, this one will be a y equal to -5. So vertical line and horizontal line should be easy to tell. So if I ask you to look at vertical line and horizontal line, you must be able to tell the name, which is the equation. Or if I give you the name, you should be able to draw out the line, whether it's vertical or horizontal. So this will be the first basic thing you need to do first. At least you must be able to tell the how a vertical line and how a horizontal line look like. Okay, before we go into the more difficult one, where if the name is mx plus c, then there will be a lot more difficult. But if it's vertical line and horizontal line, I would think that that's quite easy. It's a very standard thing. Okay, so make sure you can tell the difference between horizontal line and vertical line and how the name looks different. Okay, so you must be able to name a vertical line or horizontal line, and you must be able to draw a vertical line or horizontal line depending on the name that's given to you.